And when I see individuals such as this walking down the street with their appropriately themed colored bats as if they intend violence on anybody who, either doesn't call them the right pronoun or support their political agenda, bad move, folks. Bad move. I would not be threatening violence if I were you. Today's meme is the human personification of meme, and that's these people, as Nameless Faceless Guy shows you. And, it's not just these people, as we say all the time. Be an adult, live your life, don't give a shit what you do or how you do it, but don't expect the rest of the world to partake in your delusion. And the first thing I thought when I said, if you follow us over on Twitter at WMD Podcast, which you definitely should because we're hilarious and everybody likes us, is exactly what was posted on our Twitter with this page, which is, of all of the people who don't want the smoke, it's usually those who ask for the smoke the loudest that most assuredly do not want the smoke. And when I see individuals such as this walking down the street with their appropriately themed colored bats as if they intend violence on anybody who, either doesn't call them the right pronoun or support their political agenda, bad move, folks. Bad move. I would not be threatening violence if I were you. There's very few good reasons to threaten violence on any issue. But on that one in particular, I think your hegemony in terms of getting all of the institutions and media and entertainment and government to support you, it's given you a false sense of how large your numbers actually are, such that you think that you can threaten violence and that won't turn out bad if you're actually met with it. I would be, step back a little bit, maintain some humility, be a little more peaceful in your discourse and in your actions. And that might do wonders for your desires for acceptance and tolerance.
I think what my beloved colleague is trying to say is that if your Achilles heel is not getting your pronouns right, you might not want to pick a fight. If you can't stand other people that view the world outside of your fictitious reality, and you can't live with that, and you need to speak to the manager, you might not want to pick a fight. If you've never been in a fist fight or grabbed aggressively, let me take that back. Second take. Outside of the sexual arena, if you haven't been grabbed aggressively, you might not want to pick a fight. If you haven't been trained in anything, if you've never stubbed your toe and been like, and then moved on, if you go, motherfucker, if you've ever done any of that, if you never engaged in an actual battle for anything that you believe in, you might not want to pick this fight. I know it's been easy coasting all the way up till you've got your 3 at-bats when you didn't deserve it. You got your A that your mother had to come in and argue with the teacher and threaten her job for, to get into the college that they had to give you special treatment for because you don't take tests well. All of that being said, you've never had a struggle in your life, and you're going to pick up a bat, and you think that scares anyone that's had to do anything harder than you've ever done. Taxes. Have you ever done your own taxes? I don't think you could wipe your own ass without praising yourself. I did a good job today. Not as good as yesterday. I probably smell a little funky, but I'm me. And everyone has to accept my smell. And if they can't accept the smell of my own shit as wonderful in their life, then they're the bigot, not me. Don't pick a fight. Stop picking fights with people that know how to fight. Fair?
I think that's fair. I mean, I would even expand it to just say stop picking fights, period.
I thought you guys were pushing peace and love and understanding.
Yeah.
And inclusion.
Yeah.
But all you guys seem to do is segregate and push out and demonize.
And I mean, consistent with your delusional worldview, you also have these delusions of quote unquote trans genocide or the fact that, you know, you're somehow being targeted for the simple fact that a large portion of the population does not want their children to be propagandized at, I don't know, the age of 10 and under. And that largely that's where most of this political divide is at. Most of the time, it's not people saying that consenting adults that have thought through and got the appropriate, mental health and medical treatment to consider whether or not they want to consider transitioning and stuff like that. Most people are not objecting to that in any way, shape, or form.
Dane?
It's the push down to lower and lower, younger and younger segments of the population that has those individuals' parents concerned about the direction that it's going. So again, I wouldn't make enemies out of those people. Those people do not wish you any violence. They don't wish any harm comes to you, but they do want to protect their children. And if your response to that is, well, then I'm going to meet you with a bat, that's probably not going to do wonders for acceptance of whatever your worldview is. I'm just saying. I'm helping you help yourselves.
I just had an epiphany right now. And maybe they're playing 3D chess. Because I think in their heart of hearts, they know what we know is that we don't think about them
At all.
Ever. And they keep taking to the streets and they want to make martyrs of themselves because they think that when they make martyrs of themselves, that a population will grow. I stand with the transgenders. I'm transgender. I'm going to identify as another sexuality that I don't really feel like right now, but it'll accept me. My point being is like, if they die as martyrs, then their movement grows. But if we just keep continuing to ignore them, kind of like, Harry and Meghan, they go away eventually. But the problem is they're introducing legislation that won't let us ignore them anymore. And that's where the problem is.
Exactly. It's not simply about, as again, which is the most palatable to the general population, which is why they always claim it, is just let us live our truth, right? Let us live our lives in peace. Quit trying to stop us from being, who we are authentically, right? And again, like I said, the vast majority of people are not trying to deny that to consenting adults. Again, you can do whatever you want with your body. It's your body.
Don't give a fuck.
Stop propagandizing kids. Stop demanding that if people don't call you by your preferred pronoun, that you be criminally punished for it. Stop imposing your worldview on other people. If it was truly just about tolerance and acceptance and you just wanted to live as you lived without society coming down on you, you already had that.
And by the way,
you had the ability to do that.
Nobody
you didn't
accepts
have
reality.
to appeal to legislation and propagandizing kids to get that. But what you're doing is you're turning people against you such that you now have, in some cases, a legitimate concern of fear for your personal safety. And that's because you're pushing too far. And a bat's not going to do any good. So again, like David was saying, stop threatening people. Not only do you not want that smoke, but it's not helping you if your only motivation is tolerance and acceptance. It's going in the opposite direction.